Hello everyone, my name is Gaurav and today I'll be showing how we can create a custom OVP uh, page with the custom cards, and in this includes the navigation within Fury Launchpad or to the external world as well. So like any other URL like google.com or anything. So let's see what we'll be developing. So I'll be developing two cards, mainly one with the profile name, which includes a name, ID, department, division, and a picture of an employee. And second card will be this. So why I decided to have a custom cards because let's say if I chose a list card with a carousel, linked list card, so it will have only these two options, but it will not have these two options to be included because it only includes like two options to be displayed and a picture. So I decided to go for the custom card for this one. And for this one, let's see, I can't have this icon here. So let's see. And the major issue here was that I can only navigate either external or internal. I can't do both conditionally. So for that, I need to go to the use of the custom cards. Okay, so without any further ado, let's start. Okay, so I have a service. So what we'll be doing, we'll be creating a mock uh, server for this, and we'll be using that service directly so that when we have it's always a best practice for a developer to actually use if they don't have the service ready, then they can go ahead and create the mock server for that. So I have this particular two entities like pending task and employee details. In that we have a name and ID and department and division. And for image, I'll be using this SVG. Okay, so let's create the project. Let's go to the workspace, create new project from template, select the Fiori elements, click on overview page, next. Let's say that sap.ovp. Name will be namespace. I always start with com, and title would be let's say overview page, and description. I'm not giving description since I don't want any filters. So I'll okay. Let's choose the workspace for the metadata. I have the service. I don't have any annotations file. Will not be using it. Let's provide the uh, service, and I don't need any filter, so I'm not providing any filter because I don't want this tab to be there. It does not have any significance for me, and layout will be resizable. So let's finish it, and it is being done. So after this, what we'll be doing, we'll be configuring the manifest.json file, and yeah, let's go to we have the local service here, and we'll be providing the data to the mock server, and we'll be providing the manifest.json, and will be the very first thing that you need to do, you need to provide here is your like SAP OPUO data slash GCOVPSRV, like so that once you have your actual data, actual entity running, actual service running, then you don't need to change it again. So we'll be providing this, and let's best part is let's put it like this. Okay, so this is done. Second things, we have cards here. There will not be any cards. And let's see. Yeah. Anything else? Nothing. Okay, let's see then. Let's save it. And now let's create another cards. Now let's go to the uh, project web app folder. Now go to the new and go to the extension. So here we'll be choosing the overview page extension. Let's add a card. Here it provides like card filter, global actions, and other extensions. So I'll be doing the series one by one, but for now let's add it as a card. Folder name first. What it does, it's usually best practice to create a folder specifically for a card. So I'll be doing it as employee details, and I'll be providing the same name for the fragment as well. So click on next, finish. So once this is created, let's close this. If you go and have a look, we have a component.js where the metadata properties are there already, and we have employee details, and is the fragment. So here we'll be designing a carousel because we have seen our requirement, like we have to design something like this. So let's see. Okay, so let's start this. Then let's go to the carousel, and here the aggregation is pages, and let's give it as vbox first, and then we'll be providing a title, and this let's provide it a text. There's still a lot of pieces missing. We'll be covering them one by one, like we don't have a service entity sets ready, so we'll be doing that. And let's provide it as a header type. Yeah, h5 is the heading type we have in the HTML, so let's provide that. And let's just copy and paste this so that we can reuse it again for all, sorry, for all four. Let's now rename them one by one. ID, then this is the department, and let's make it as division, right? And for the image part, let's do one thing. We'll be covering that image, like we have the image folder, so if you see, that will be here. So we have to go to the, it'll be in the employee details folder. So we'll be moving up and we'll be coming to I8, sorry, the image folder, and then we'll be putting the person.svg file here, and we'll be providing an alternate text to this to image. So this is ready. Now we will try to find it, pages, and let's find it to emp details. Okay, so our this fragment is ready. Let's see if we can let me just copy these two, and sorry, edit, copy, and go to the local service. This is the our service, and I'm gonna paste this. So we have the metadata and the entities now ready. Now let's do copy last thing, and sorry, copy and go to the image. Now right click and paste. Okay, so now let's try to run it. Anything else that we need to do right now? Da, da, da. No, no, no. Okay, let's try to run it now. So right click, run as web application for us. This time test overview with mock. Let's run it. Okay, something is coming up. Let's see. Okay, this has come, but there is something wrong, right? Let me have a look. What exactly? Let's go to the console. EMP details cannot be found. That's because this is not supposed to be EMP details. It's supposed to be EMP details set. So let's convert it to set and let's see. Refresh it. Perfect. So there are a few couple of things missing. I don't have a header here, and this all look pretty nice. I can customize it the way I need, and everything looks perfectly fine to me. So now let's go ahead and create a header for this. Okay, I think the division is missing. Let's see what that is. Let's go to the MP details. Okay, I can see. Okay, perfect. Now let's go to the let's create a header. Okay, and there is one more thing. If you want to, then if you want to use these CSS with the SAP delivered CSS, then either you can create and customize. We'll be seeing both how we can, like say for example, if I want to choose the carousel content, then we can just go ahead and give it to the class as standard one. Like for the carousel, I know that there is SAP OVP and carousel content header. Now let's see what's the difference. I could see that the content will be much more aligned towards inside. Yeah, if you see this, we have a padding and now it looks much better. Okay, let's go ahead and create a header. Let's close this for now. Okay, we need this. So let's go ahead and go to the MP details. Let's click on new file. Now emp det head dot fragment dot xml. Let's click on OK. I'm gonna just copy a few things from the MP details like this part, and let's go ahead and copy the core last presentation. I don't want to spend too much time here. Okay, so now here let's do one thing. Uh, let's close this and let's do our V box first. We will be seeing a header, yeah, here, and then we'll be providing two horizontal boxes, one for title and one for subtitle. That's it. Says flexbox, and here we'll be providing a text, which let's say uh, text as my profile. For now, I'm gonna provide just one, and let's provide some CSS class to it. Let's say SAP OVP card title, and this should be a container SAP OVP, not just SAP, it's OVP header container, and this should be there are multiple classes. Let's just say this SAP OVP card header, SAP VP card header border, and there is last with content. We need a content padding. So let's save this, and let's also just go to the component and just copy this value, and we'll be providing details for the header fragment as well. So emp det and let's save this. Now let's go ahead and see. Now it looks way much better. Perfect. So now we are ready to go for the second card. Let's go. Let's close this. Close it. Close it. Now let's go to the uh, new extension and same thing, OVP next, and we'll be providing it as and approvals, approval, just approval. You can provide a name. Now let's go to the finish. Now let's go to the approvals. We have a new card here. Let's go to the fragment. Here we should have a list. So for the list, we know that we have uh, already a standard list. And in this list, let's find the items. I'm gonna bind it as pending tasks set, and let's find the items now. So the very first thing we'll be using it as standard list item. Title, I'll be providing it as department. Description, and info, I'm gonna provide it as like this, like records, and let's see this, and info state will always be error, and what else? So now I think yes, let's make a type as navigation since we want that uh, icon to be there. Yeah, I think yeah, navigation, perfect. And let's have something to handle it. Handle dot handle press. What's the error we are saying? Enter the correct value. Navigation. Okay, perfect. Okay, so I think this is yeah, perfect. So let's see. We have two cards, and this is all looking very nice. We have it. We can click on it. Of course, it doesn't do anything right now. We'll be making it. Okay, now perfect. Now what we need to do is see if we go to the service, we can see like it has every entity record has a URL, and if it does not have a URL, we'll be switching it to the Fiori Launchpad itself with the we'll be having we should have two more like intent uh, sorry, not intent. We should have like something like semantic object and then action. So we will be needing those. Since our service does not have it, so I'll be hard coding those. Let's close it. Now let's go to the approval controller, and we'll be making a header for this as well. But let's uh, let's come here and let's see if we can. Uh, our main task here is to handle the navigation. So let's see, for example, I'll be providing the URL here, and let's create a controller, and then let's go to the handle URL. It will be a function which has a parameter as URL, and let's see. So I'll be seeing if my SURL is bound. If it is undefined, so what I'll do is I will be yeah, let's try to navigate. So for that, I think we have a URL helper. So we'll be I'm gonna take help of that. Like for example, that's it's very easy to use SAP m.url helper dot redirect, and let's say SURL comma true. So for now, let's try to save it, and let's see the result. So we know that we have a google.com here. So if I click on it, it should, right? But there's something wrong. We don't have handle press, and we have made it as handle URL or handle press just for now. Let's see now. It should go ahead. It is still not. Is there any something which is missing? Let's see. Handle press. This is the press, and okay. And let's see if we can see in the console. Okay, I can't see anything in the console. There is nothing. Let's try one more time. Okay, there is one thing which we need to make sure. Like for example, since it will be passed as a string, so it will be like, so we need to make sure that it does not get passed as blank. Let's make it like this. Now let's see. Perfect. Let's see the service once again because it's not opening the google.com. https google.com should open. Let's try to debug it. We go to inspect, we go to the sources. Let's see if we have receiving. Okay, URL must be a string. Okay, perfect. So we are receiving something else. So not to the mock server. We'll be going to the web app, ext approvals controller. Let's see what we are receiving. Uh, let's see. Let's see. URL is undefined. It may be because I may have. Uh, let's go to the $URL and is there anything which we have? Like, let me go to the URL. This is the pending task. I think I have not binded it correctly. Yes, because it should always be in this, right? Yeah, let's see now. Okay, now we have a URL, so let me just remove this. And google.com. Perfect. Now we need what the one thing is remaining that we need to have the intent-based navigation as well if there is no URL. So I'm gonna put it as else and let's put the here. So what I'm gonna do is there is a shell container service which we have the cross application navigation. So we'll be using that. So o cross navigation as sap.u shell dot container dot cross sorry need to get the service as cross navigation cross application navigation and here I'm gonna just provide the o cross navigation to external and I'm gonna provide the target and target will always be in my case shell hash and this shell hash will always be action and sorry the semantic object will be action and the action will be uh, demo. Okay, let's save it and let's refresh this and we'll see. So we have a google.com here and we have an intent-based navigation here. Is it working? Yes, it's working. Perfect. Okay, so I think this is all. We can restrict it to make it look like exactly your uh, SAP OVP list card, the standard OVP list card, and it can be designed the same way. So I think I'm gonna leave it just like this. Okay. Uh, Thank you for listening. If you have any query, if you have any comments, you can please feel free to write in the comment section. Thank you.